Welcome, this is G Allastrology with your October 2019 Capricorn. In this video, we're going to discuss the full moon of Aries, and we're going to discuss the end of the month, which is a new moon in Scorpio. It's a very, very different new moon. It's a loaded new moon, I'm calling it. There are some choppy waters we're going to be dealing with at the end of the month of October, so I want you to make sure that you listen to the whole video. Stay tuned for the end. Take notes if you need to. I don't know why I even say that. Just replay the damn video. I'm so old school in my head. So let's get into it. Oh, by the way, this is a Capricorn rising sign video. If you don't know what your rising sign is, go down below and comment and we'll hook you up. We'll take care of you and we'll find out what that is for you. But this is a Capricorn rising reading. And let's begin. October 13th starts the full moon at 20 degrees Aries. So if you're Capricorn rising, this will likely occur in your fourth house. So what does that mean? That means it's going to be all about home. It's going to be high emotions in the home. And don't be surprised if this involves feminine energies, nurturing, mothering, children, being a mom, my mom, your mom. Why aren't I a mom? You know, like mother type things. Also feminine rights and being fiery about feminine things. Okay. Getting riled up about, you know, hey, what the hell? What about our rights? You can't tell me what to do with my body type of stuff. That would be typical at this time. That would be typical. So be aware of that. Be aware of the heightened sense of emotions, because that's a new moon, or that's a full moon thing, right? Heightened sense of emotions, lack of thinking, especially in the fourth house. It's a watery house, so emotions could get very high. Emotions equals water. So you want to incorporate some thinking. You want to definitely think before you speak. You want to look before you leap. You want to make sure that you parent yourself. That would definitely be a highlight at this time. How do I parent myself? How do I become my own best mother to myself in my life? Possibly issues of what I was missing in my childhood, what didn't occur, what I needed, what I didn't get. It's now time for me to step it up and to give that to myself. Okay? So, opposing that energy. So this was your fourth house. This was everything I just talked about down here. At the opposite end of that is the sun and Mars, okay? So they are opposing it. So you're going to feel like this pull. This is important to me, but this is important to me. Why does any of this matter? Because the full moon's in Aries, and Aries is about me. What about me? But the opposing energy, which has not only the sun, but it has the planet Mars there, which means this is going to be just as strong as this. You see? So there's this tug of war. Mars is all about, I need to take action. Well, so is Aries, right? Aries is all about taking action. Its ruler is Mars. Well, its ruler is going to be at the polar opposite of it, and it's going to be in the sign of Libra. Libra is the polar opposite energy of Aries. And Libra is all about compromising. It's all about you and me, baby. What do we got to do for us to be? What do we got to do to make this thing we? Okay? So it sounds like a contradiction. So you understand then what that means when I say this tug of war. It's me, but we. Me or we. No, this whole time is about the light of the moon shining our awareness on I can be and exist in the we and not have to sacrifice me. You get it? It's about these things are important to me and learning how to communicate how these things are important to me, why they're important to me, and feeling good about being able to communicate that and being confident in that in this private space of we, of me and my partner, of us, and in feeling that you don't have to sacrifice this part of who you are to be with somebody. Or if you're already with somebody, this is going to be something that's important to you. Now, where is this happening? This is going to come up in your house of work. It's in your professional life. It's in your house, your 10th house, which is how I want to be recognized in the world, how I want to be acknowledged. So keep this in mind to maybe taper the fire a little bit. You know, it's not a war. because Mars is the soldier. It's not a war. You're not going into battle physically. Mars wants to use its body. It wants to get physical. So be aware of that. Okay, be aware of your willingness to fight for something in the workplace. Okay, but be smart about it. Okay, use your head, not physically, but use your brains and your mental capabilities. Okay, not your hands. Now, a good way of using that energy would be that there might be a promotion you're working on. There might be, some project that you want to spearhead. Use it in that way, okay? Not to, step on anybody else, but to embrace a partner, actually. Embrace a co-worker, working in a partnership with somebody at work and pairing up as a team to get a project to go forward, right? Maybe that's a more tangible, realistic way that this will work out. And use it to the best of your abilities, because you have the power, we all do right now, where we have Venus and Mercury in Scorpio. And that's a good thing. Venus and Mercury are very compatible. They're like siblings. They see eye to eye in a lot of ways. And they have this persuasive power about them right now. So you can use your levels and layers of communication and talking and speaking to further projects along, to further, support to somebody who needs it, to uplift others who need it. You might have someone at the job who may need a supportive word. And you also may be on the receiving end of that from friends at the job. You may be on the receiving end where people are coming to you when you're in groups, as far as your friendships, and you're finding you're getting support, you're finding encouraging words, you're finding where people are giving you their love and they're embracing you. So at this time, this is going to be a good thing. Use it to your advantage. So we're going to now move ahead to the end of the month, the 28th of October. The end of the month, like I said, this is a loaded new moon. It's not like a typical new moon. I've been kind of talking about it like it's a full moon because it's got so many other levels and layers of energy happening. The new moon for you is going to be taking place. It's going to be taking place in the, let me see, to be exact, I don't want to be wrong. All right, so you have this great opposition, actually. It's going to be Uranus opposing your friendships. So what I talked about earlier, where you're going to have this great cohesiveness in groups and where people are going to be coming to you and maybe giving you support, this is the area where at the end of the month, it's not going to be as smooth. You're going to find people who may have had all these wonderful things to say to you, may go their own route. You may find it may be harder to spend time with those people. Understand this is just the energy of the time. It's just the energy of the time. There's this part of you that, here we go. Here's the new moon, and at the other end of it is Uranus, okay? And this Uranus thing is about freedom. We're all going to be experiencing this thing. It's freedom, and it's about your individual self, okay? It's about my unique self. It's like we all are going to be going through this emerging experience where part of our physical being, part of our egoic self is kind of going to melt away, and our soul is going to actually peek out and come through. And so we're going to have, it's this whole month, we're coming upon this is what I came to do. I got it now. It's more clear in my mind. So recognize and acknowledge that people in your life that you know are also going to be experiencing that. So if it was easy at the first part of the month to get together with people, you might find at the end of the month, they're not available. Don't take it personal. It's got nothing to do with that. It's about you going through your own process of self-discovery and them experiencing that very same thing. So, do you understand that? So it might feel like there's a tension. It might feel as though it's personal, and it's not. Don't take it that way. Understand we're all going through the same thing. Now, in addition to that, there is more work between Saturn and Mars, okay? So what does that mean? Well, it's for you specifically, Capricorn, for you specifically, it means in the houses of your career, like we talked about earlier, and yourself. How do I show up there? How am I recognized and acknowledged there? So just understand this is a tension that is not permanent. It's a temporary tension, but it's basically there to teach us, to teach you that it's not impossible. Just keep persevering and you will shine within that group. Okay, you will climb the ladder, but it takes time to climb the ladder. It's a Saturn square, which means it's in Saturn's time. Saturn is time. Saturn has a timetable that we're not aware of. And if we honor it and allow it and do what it asks us to do, it rewards us. So that means in your work, you're going to get rewarded and it's coming, just might be a little bit slower than what you thought. Now, in addition to that, in addition to this loaded new moon, right? Because like I said, new moons, we're typically talking about, I want you to light your candle. I want you to set your intentions. And I'm not mentioning any of that. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying there's a lot you're going to be experiencing and considering and thinking at this time. So in addition to all of that, we're going to be experiencing at the 31st is Mercury retrograde. So that begins a period of like the next 2 to 3 weeks where Mercury is slowing things down in terms of communication. Okay, so for you, Mercury actually for all of us is going to be sitting still in Scorpio. So again, this is about, you know, your groups, your circle that you were connecting with really easily. At the beginning of October, there's unclear communication that could possibly occur in friendships, in your social circles, in your tribe. So you just want to make sure that you are very clear in your communication. I've been suggesting for people to maybe put things in writing. So if that means texting, that also means social media. Before you hit the send button, reread it before you hit send. Okay, it's going to be typical for there to be miscommunications, especially in areas of communication on the internet. So social media, definitely. And if you're talking about something like me, I have to deal with insurance people all the time. So I finally got myself into this routine where I'm backing all our communications up with emails to make sure that whatever was said, I have it in writing. And I'm asking them, can you please send that to me in an email? That way I have it in print. Well, this is what you said. So this might be something that would work for you as well at this time. With that, I think I've covered all of the different energies you're going to be experiencing, Capricorn risings. So again, if you don't know where that is in your chart, or I'm sorry, if you don't know what your rising sign is, or what your rising is, just comment below and we will take care of you. We'll find that out for you. With that, I'm going to conclude the Capricorn 2019 October. Thank you.